So, here it is. Port Tune to, Splatoon Deluxe, Splatoon 1.5, I mean Splatoon 2. Okay, but enough jokes aside, let's take a different approach to this review. One, being next to no footage. As, look at this. 5. Like 5. No, seriously, like 5 though. No, but 5 though. I mean, you fucked up, as some are from the UK and some are from the US, so you copyright deadlocked yourselves, you dumb bastards. But still, that's getting really out of hand, and I think we need to have an intervention, Nintendo. But your first question, or my first question, to all of those that are bringing out reviews today, how's that Hey Pikmin CIA file treating you? If you know what I mean, Bird, Butt and everybody else. But we'll get to that maybe a bit later. Anyway, when I say I want to take a different approach to this review, it's because of another review that I saw that almost encapsulated what I was saying but failed to address why. So this is Rabid Luigi. Nintendo sent him a review copy, and like myself and quite a few others, he thinks it's basically a port. Pretty much a Splatoon Deluxe, a old game with a few new weapons and maps that could have been considered just a large update rather than a whole new sequel. And while it's a great review, it's somewhat flawed, as throughout it he says how nothing was addressed or changed, and that's about it, without saying what has not been addressed or changed.
Which brings me nicely to Splatoon 2, where very little has changed, really. I kinda saw this coming when it was first revealed in January, since sequels to popular multiplayer-focused shooters don't tend to uproot everything from the first game. Honestly, I don't know why you would. Well, I guess you could argue that with a game as unique as Splatoon, there's bound to be lots of ideas that never made it into the original game. But this never really shows itself in a major way throughout Splatoon 2. The story's a bit different this time around. Callie of the Squid Sisters, who hosted the Splatfest from the first game, has gone missing. And so has the Great Zapfish again, and it was probably those pesky octopi again. I don't know, I guess we need someone to blame.
Yeah, okay, but you don't say what it is that you wanted to see changed or what has not been addressed. You just go, yeah, right, into the story. However, I will agree.
One of them is an octopus. She's adorable and I will protect her.
Yes, she is, and yes, I will protect her. But seems as he never went into them changes that he'd like to see or were not addressed, or how Nintendo changed nothing. I think what I'm going to do is break it down.
Let's break it down!
So you can all see the problems with Port Tune 2, and then once you see the problems, you might understand why it feels more like a quick port rather than a full sequel. That doesn't mean to say that some of these things are bad, but they really did need addressing. Well, they're still fine. It's all bright and colourful and fits the world well, but some stuff has been directly ported from Splatoon 1, and it really shows when comparing it to the new stuff. Like here we see Choctopus on stage. Man, look at the model. No, not the tits, you perverts. No, look at both Pearl and Marina as a whole, particularly the fingers, the hairline, and other small details. You will notice that all the ends of the fingers are nicely rounded. Marina's hair has a really nice animated waviness and bounce to it, and Pearl's hairline integrates into her model a lot better, despite her being a forehead queen like the Yellow Siren. Now look at an inkling. Yeah, that's from Splatoon 1. A direct port of the old model. As well, here's my reaction. Tracer here. Oh my god, look at them fingers there. That's fucking unfinished. Oh hey, that's pretty unfinished. Do you wanna, I don't know, round out the textures there? Yeah, the fingers are still all blocky and square, and the hairline is just like this horrible block that just juts out rather than a smooth rise. So it has this horrible mishmash of assets, and when things like Your Inkling are put next to the new assets like Marina, or some of the new stuff in the story mode, or even Salmon Run, it's very easy to see what has been ported over and what is new, and it does destroy the immersion a little bit, but it's still pretty fine, and all of the actual main graphics themselves still look fantastic for the world that Splatoon has created. So we can just leave it flashing between these two screens. This was one of the biggest issues of Splatoon 1 with the level to win system. This being that new weapons unlock at certain levels. These weapons are better than what you start with. So Carbon Roller is better than Default, and Gold Roller is better than Carbon Roller. But like the first one, it's a level system. And oh, I'm sorry, you're not level 2 yet. You better use Basic Bitch Splattershot Jr. until you can prove that you can even open the shop with the weapons in. And of course, if you go into the online using the Basic Bitch weapon and you didn't play it day one, then you're going to run into level 12s through 20s, and they're going to have all the better weapons unlocked, and they're going to paste you up and down the floor with them. Same with the armour. Oh, I see you're only level 1 there. Sorry, you're not fresh enough. Why don't you come back when you're, I don't know, level 4? And that's fucking even worse than level 2, as that requires more time in the basic bitch armor with basic bitch skills, which means that anyone that started before you is going to be above level 4 and have the better armor with the better skills, so prepare for a second pasting. And it creates this one thing that you really don't want to create in a shooter, and that is this pay to win or level to win like feeling. Games like Overwatch succeed because everyone is on equal footing. Your Tracer is no different from their Tracer. You're both on equal terms. You both have the same HP, the same skills, the same damage, the same everything, and that's why people like it. Because everything is open to you from the start, and even as a noob, dying feels like your own fault because you are not yet prepared to be a Tracer. You have not learned the skills and the nuances of the character, and she does take a little bit of time to learn because you've got to learn to time your teleports right to avoid damage. So you feel like the death was fair. You didn't learn the character enough yet. You want to, but you didn't learn the character enough yet, so you got outplayed. Whereas here, you didn't die because you got outplayed. No, you died because they are level 20, they've got the best shit, and you're level 1 with basic bitch shit that can't even get into the shops yet. And it's demoralising. And it was one of the biggest issues, if not the biggest issue, that everybody had with the first. This restrictive playstyle that locks out newcomers and rewards the higher level players means you have to wade through getting creamed for the first few hours till you buy some better gear just to truly appreciate the game. And I don't think, Nintendo, that it's such a draconian request to just have all the shops and items available from the get-go. You still have to buy them with coins, but it would be like, oh, you do one match, you get 1,000 coins. And even if you don't make it to level 2, that 1,000 coins will get you at least something, and it would be a start. Another problem that everyone had with the first one, which again was not addressed, was mode locking. By this I mean that multiplayer casual is turf war. Nothing else. If you want to mix it up and play some more modes, then too bad, you've got to go to rank or league mode. Which, again, is a turn off for most people. Competitive, as the name suggests, is an area where the mindset changes. You are here for one reason and one reason only: to slay your enemies and rank up to prove that you are the best around. And woe betide you if you just want to have fun playing the game, because this is where all of the other modes are. And as Jeff from the Overwatch team said, he regrets putting the gold weapons into ranked, as all them filthy casuals are not there to prove that they are the best and take it seriously. They are just there to get themselves some sweet gold points and make their weapons look nice and shiny. And all of the real ranked players, you know, the ones that want to take it seriously, are pissed as they have to put up with this shit. And the same was true with the real ranked Splatoon players. They want to get S+ and prove they were the best. But it was hard because you had all of that casual scum coming to it just because, hey, Rainmaker's active, and that's quite fun, so we all want to play Rainmaker at that time, fucking ruining my rank. So once again, casuals are going to be pissed off that they're going to be forced into a ranked mindset, and ranked players are going to be pissed off because they got to deal with all them casual scrubs ruining their league mode. Oh, speaking of which, there is now one above ranked, which is proper esports league mode. But that's even more fucked due to the new friend thing. First, let's finish off mode locking, okay, Nintendo? This is Paladins. Now look at this menu. This is the perfect menu. You have casual and ranked on the left with the robot stuff on the right, and by pressing casual, it brings up these options. All these options for you to choose from. So you can do siege, onslaught, payload, or all of them. Why is it not like this? What is wrong with letting the casual players play all the modes? They want to be in all of these modes. They want to play Rainmaker. They want to play Tower Control. It's clear that people are going into ranked to play these modes. And being a big AAA company, you clearly and very easily have the server power to make a dedicated server for Turf War, Rainmaker, Splat Zone and Tower Control for the casual people. And there's no reason that this was not fixed. And this is only, again, made worse with the new friend system that we are coming to, but there is one more thing that ties into it. Again, another simple thing that was not fixed was map locking. It was addressed, but in the worst possible way. So there's around 10 maps, but oh, sorry, unlike Overwatch or Paladins or Team Fortress 2 or anyone with some common sense where you can just play all 10 maps for variety, no, you can only play 2 maps. Now originally it was every 4 hours, but now it's every 2 hours, but even that is too long. And again, there is no reason whatsoever to do this. It comes back to this restrictive nature of the clothes and weapon stores, locking certain modes to certain ranks so that many needless restrictive things are in place, and it's just like Splatoon 1. And in Splatoon 1, they were questioned, and Nintendo pretty much just said, Splatoon 1, fuck you, we use dying by a Switch. Okay, we bought the Switch, so why did you not fix nor address any of the problems despite people giving you all of this big list? Now in my comments, I did get this comment stating that it's good to learn the map, and after reading the full comment, I'll give her this point. I'll walk with you to the end of that pier. But even then, being that matches are only 3 minutes long, even with an even split, you're going to be playing the same map for a full hour each. And that's if, of course, it is an even split, which most of the time it won't be. So I think if you're going to do this locking of the maps, then I think I see no reason myself to say it couldn't be 1 hour at most. As 1 hour, you can get away with it much more, as even with an even split, you'd be playing on the same map for 30 minutes straight, and after about an hour, you'd be ready for something new to be put into the rotation. So drop it down to an hour, because 2 hours is way too long. And of course, let's not forget that this is also a detriment to the ranked and league players, as if casual mode has 2 really shit maps, like the really bad ones that no one likes. Oh look, ranked has tower control. That's a fun mode. Oh, and it's on a fun map. So time to go invade ranked again and piss off all the ranked players with our casual scrubbery. And speaking of ranked, here we are at the ultimate failure of Splatoon 2. This is the biggest failure of Splatoon 2. That is an online shooter with friendly elements. And it does not allow you to play with your friends. I will repeat that. Splatoon 2, an online shooter with friendly elements that does not allow you to play with your friends. In typing these words right now, I was reminded of one mode and I had to do a double take. And sure enough, my worst suspicions were true. So, if you want to play with friends on a team, tough shit. You're not. Sorry to break your hearts, but this is not a user-friendly game. So here's how it works. If you are in casual mode, a friend can join your game, but it's still totally random if they are with or against you, and you cannot add them in the game. Keep those words in mind. There is no way at all to create a team in casual mode. They join via the friend thing, wait for your current match to end, and then they get added to that room and will stay there till you leave. But you could play 10 games, and all 10 games, that friend that you wanted to play with could end up being against you, while you get a shit team that is comprised of idiots that just want to try and start a squid party and such. And you will lose over and over and over, just wishing you could have your friend on your side, as that's the whole reason both of you got the game in the first place, to play together on the same team. As for ranked, forget it. Not only is there no way to create a party in the game, but if you enter ranked mode and your friend tries to join you, they are told that friends cannot take part in ranked together. Now, again, I want you to keep this in mind. You can't take part together in-game. And let's also keep in mind the really big thing about ranked. Ranked is essentially to prepare you for the esports league mode. So it would, again, only be common sense that you would want to create a party of 4 people to practice with in that team of 4 till you think your team is good enough for the esports league mode. But nope, all of you have to play separately in separate rooms until all of you are at rank B. Now, quick aside to this, you see this? This is your tube, and too many losses results in it getting cracked. And it's not just 1, it's 2, then 3, then 4, then fuck you. While points don't go down if you lose, losing too many times, I don't know, because it seems to work out differently. Like, you can lose 2 or 3 in a row and get 1 crack, but then if you lose again straight after, you get a second crack. So it seems that the cracks are on a very strange system. But while your points can't go down towards rank down, if you get 4 cracks and then lose again before reaching the next rank, your test tube in all essence shatters and your rank goes down. And when you're trying to get into the B ranks, again, people that are above average, you are going to lose quite a lot, so you're going to rank down a lot. So good luck with getting that B for League. And while it's still being researched and nobody quite knows yet, if you get too many rank downs in one day, you get a message that bans you from playing ranked for 24 hours because you're too shit to be in ranked. No one knows for sure if this is true, but some people have stated this and people are currently doing research into this. So keep an eye on it, or if you do know, do let me know in the comments. But hey, you made it to the B ranks. Now you can play League, and only there in the esports league mode can you create a team of 2 or 4. And now here is the ultimate failure of this system. Ranked is supposed to be to practice with your team if you want to go to the esports league. League is for the best of the best of the best, to get their team of 2 or 4 to the best standard they can, to try and get to the top of the leaderboards and try and get that chance to be a part of the Splatoon World Championships. Only you won't, as that's the only place you can create teams to play with. Teams that will consist of your friends. So now all of them casuals have ranked up, and now they have one place that they can create a team. And now your esports league has been overrun with that casual scum that just want to play together. And oh, it's already turning into quite a shit show. Hey, Nintendo, why don't you just make a 2-man or 4-man team up on all modes and not just League? Oh wait, you can, but only if you have the absolute worst idea Nintendo has ever come up with in their entire history. Yes, even worse than the Virtual Boy and Wii Music. It's the Nintendo Switch phone app. This horrible little thing is Nintendo's pathetic excuse for everything that they're trying to cram into it. So, if you want to make a party on Splatoon, you know, a team of 4 that can play turf war together and not roll the fucking dice, not only does Spyro have the hiccups, but also all of your friends need to own an iPhone 4 or higher, as that's the lowest model that supports iOS 9.0, but all of your friends that have a smartphone need to be at least iOS 9.0 or higher, and all need to have this app running and be in the game at the same time, and only then can you send an invite from the phone that not only has to be accepted on the receiving person's phone, but on the game as well. Here is me and Photon doing so with him recording it, and Spyro now taking a drink to remove his hiccups during this paragraph break.
Yeah, I mean, you could just talk whenever you're just online or whatever. It doesn't matter what game you're playing. You're talking like it's on a phone or whatever like that. But this one, it only does it depending. It only works if you guys are playing the same game, and you have to not only download this app, but then you have to add in people through this app. But you can only accept it really through the Switch game. So yeah, and
you have to accept it on both.
Yeah, well, you gotta set it on both even. Okay, so that makes it even. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of hope that if they do end up updating this, and they, because I really don't see a reason why this thing can't work a little bit better.
No, this will get canned. This is gonna get shit canned instantaneously. Like, if you played Overwatch on the PS4 or anything like that, first of all, creating a room is instantaneous. You just see which friend is online and you press invite to group. It's one button and then bang, they're already in that room with you. And then you can just set up a PS4 chat room. Like, nobody's going to do this convoluted back-end method.
Yeah,
especially when it's like, hey, why not just use Discord or Skype?
And if you think, oh, that's fine. Oh no, you better make sure everyone never touches their phone ever again while playing. As if, say, ooh, I don't know, someone gets a phone call or a text, that will close the app completely, thus removing you from the room on the phone and in the game. Oh, and as an extra side note, you better have it hooked up to your house Wi-Fi and on a charger, as it eats battery like a motherfucker, and if you are not on your home Wi-Fi, it eats mobile data like a motherfucker and drains your money fast. Here is Photon on me testing the app and showing what piece of shit it is.
Well, no, he's saying he's taking my data. No, is this shit costing me money? Hold on a minute.
Unless you're running it off of Wi-Fi. Yeah, data is going to be a kind of an issue with all this, and I actually... Sorry you couldn't hear him before. I forgot that the microphone I'm using to record the dialogue is through this little headset right here.
It is. He's taking my money. Fuck this. This is going to cost like a shit ton of money to keep running.
I don't know. I don't know. It is kind of convoluted how they do it. It's not really that streamlined. Oh jeez, it's coming in through. You might want to mute me on your, or you know what, maybe I should mute myself via Skype.
Oh, there we go. No, there we go. I've muted you.
Okay. Are you sure I can still hear myself on the other side? Oh God. Ah. Screeching.
You've killed it, mate.
Here, maybe this will work.
Network-like thing on the system.
Yeah, I would prefer it. Like, for those who don't know, since this is mainly a Nintendo channel, on the PS4 and pretty much the PS3. Huh?
Photon, have you muted yourself?
No.
Because I can't hear you anymore.
No, I muted myself on Skype.
When you're not.
I muted myself on Skype. Can you hear me? Spry.
Yeah, just put it on the system.
Yeah, and yeah, like plugging in your headset to the Switch itself. There is a audio auxiliary port for stuff on the Switch, so just plug in your headset there and just talk through there. I don't know why we had to use our smartphone for it.
Because they want to keep the children safe. And like, the thing that annoys me is, I get the whole Nintendo kid-friendly nonsense, but like, that's the reason the parental controls exist. You don't want your kids talking to other people. Just lock it behind the parental controls.
Yeah, or just like do it so we're friends only. Like they have friends only stuff on here, so I mean, you could have the option for it, or you could just have it so you can turn off the voice chat, or just not have a voice chat at all. Like in Overwatch, you don't need to do voice chat for like everything.
That's what I mean, mate. They can just like switch it on or off, or if the parents really don't want the kids that getting onto the voice chat, just lock the voice chat behind a password.
Yeah, pretty much.
And as I said in the video, if they were scared of the kids being called fags or fucking queers by the nasty mans online, or are scared that they may go into a room with a troll, then just lock all of that stuff behind parental controls. But oh boy, here's the biggest contradiction, the thing that really undermines this part of this stupid app. This is Salmon Run. We'll get to this in a moment. But wait, with friends? Hold on. Create room? Wait a minute. Hold your fucking phones with your shitty apps on. What is this? Is this a goddamn room creation in this online mode? Okay, so Nintendo, answer me this question. If there is an absolutely perfect and fantastic room making service in Salmon Run, why the fuck is it not in the normal, casual and ranked modes? Because you gotta use the phone. Well, you don't have to use it here, so why in the online part of the game? Oh wait, we already know the answer. Because the online is nothing more than a port of Splatoon 1, with pretty much nothing changed. But Salmon Run is brand new. It's Splatoon 2. And so, that was created after the fact. It was created after this whole app bollocks. So, that shit is now integrated into the online, but the actual new online is not. But we are not done yet, as that shitty app and their new amiibos has the ultimate problem, the one that rings the death nail for any online game or other. Yep, you saw that right. People hate it when I say it, but they did it, and it's got to that point. So, takes a deep breath. It is with a sad heart that unfortunately amiibos and the app have become Skylanders, as there are certain special items locked behind the amiibos, the app and their online store. Granted, it's just cosmetic, but we all know that is the first step, and once you take that first step down Skylander Valley, there's no coming back. So, for example, if you see a cool ninja outfit like this one and you want to order it, well, too bad, that shit is not for sale. That is only available via a £20 plastic toy. And this is that first step, and this is exactly the shit that Activision started pulling when they saw how popular Skylanders was. Oh hey Spyro, we heard you really like the pink retarded horse with the propeller cap. Well, don't worry, we put one of them in the game, just for you. Ah! But you will need to pay £20 for an Earth Skylander, as it's behind an earthen door. I mean, thank fuck, Flashwing in all of her gem-covered glory was an Earth Skylander. But you see, it's the exact same shit. And like Activision, or better yet, Ubisoft, with that shitty Uplay, they are also locking content on their site and on the app. So there is exclusive content on the app or on their site that can be ordered and will be sent to this guy to pick up. Stuff on the phone, like this simple t-shirt, as fuck the prices of them special items on the app, but stuff like the shirt are free to order but will cost X amount of coins when it gets to your game. But stuff on the Nintendo store, oh well, that's exclusive content, and that costs you points. Sorry, I mean my Nintendo points. And come on, you're sitting there trying to be optimistic, but you already know, like Ubisoft, the stuff that you buy from the store with your My Nintendo U points is the stuff that looks really nice. It's not fully implemented yet, but you know, the Octoling armor, Marina's outfit, Callie's outfit, the Squid Girl outfit when it comes back. You all know that the good stuff is locked to the phone app and the My Nintendo Uplay store. So, good job Nintendo on being as scummy as Ubisoft and Activision and trying to lock game content behind £20 plastic DLC and online Uplay stores. Now this is a double-edged sword. So much work has been put into the story, but so little work. What I mean by this is the story itself is one of the most generic in existence. So Callie has gone missing, as has the great Zapfish again. And rather than, you know, the salmon we will come to in Salmon Run, it's just the Octolings being dicks again. Even though they made peace at the end of the last one, and now one of the new Squid Sisters is an Octoling! But who cares about plot holes, right? And beyond, it has two big problems. The first being the gun selection. While I want to say it's an upgrade, it's more like a lateral move. So now you can use any gun, from the standard shooter to the roller to the dualies, hooray! However, each gun is locked to a certain level, and Sheldon would be like,
"Hey, could you test this weapon for me? I need information." And I'm like, "I'm a little busy here. Could it wait a while?"
yeah, and that's how most of the single campaign will feel. Like, that was good, and I can see the potential, but you restricted it by Sheldon forcing us to use whatever weapon he drops off. I mean, granted, it's a good way for you to learn all of the weapons ready for multiplayer, but I would have preferred to pick my own weapons and switch at will. And second, this. What the fuck is this, Nintendo? Why the fuck, in a sequel, no less, is this in here? I mean, come on, Nintendo. Look at Mario Odyssey. No lives. They are an archaic mechanic from a time long since past, obsolete and forgotten. Why the fuck, in 2017, current year argument, when everyone else has buried this silly, stupid gimmick, are you doing it? The only one, and the only reason I can think of, and it's one hell of a stretch, is because Crash did it. Okay, first, it was pretty silly in the Crash HD remakes for them to do it. But with them, there is at the very least a tangible string of logic. That being, the originals had lives and we wanted to make it feel as classic as possible while updating everything. And even the lives, as we don't want you to get that game over to ruin your experience, we increased the lives tenfold, to the point where there is a joke achievement to get 99 lives. Spoilers, you can do this in like the first 30 minutes. That's how many lives there are. But you, Nintendo, no excuse. It's a new game from 2015 and it's a sequel no less that should update and remove this shit. Get this out of here. But despite all this, the single player, even if it is just an extended tutorial, is fantastic. Every level is creative and different, and it's a great expansion of Octo Valley, showing off just what new exciting concepts could really push the game forward. Like the vehicle levels and the grind rails, they're fucking amazing! And this really excels the Splatoon formula, and this feels more like Splatoon 2 rather than a port. But again, with Portoon 2, it never capitalizes on these fantastic, creative, fun mechanics. Taking the grind rails, for example, these never show up in any of the multiplayer levels, neither do the vehicles. They're all just standard run, jump, shoot, cover the map. Like, why are there none of these elements in the multiplayer maps? The multiplayer maps could really take advantage of having these new creative elements in them. Like Moray Towers, for example. Yeah, it's ported over from Splatoon 1, but add some grind rails for some more tactical play, like grinding down the side of the towers and shooting the opposing team to allow your teammates to get a turf advantage. But no, none of the over-the-top fun mechanics like the vehicles and the grind rails and everything else ever make it into the multiplayer, which is sad. Also, the Octoling goggles look like total shit now. Even with Callie's, they're just generic black Agent Smith glasses. The originals were far better. These silver wrapping goggles with glowing purple eyes not only look better from an aesthetic standpoint, but being they're supposed to be brainwashing the wearers, and yes, the good guy is brainwashed cliche, because it's not like we could have had a more creative story and pulled more of a Princess Luna-like story where, failing to win against her sister, she is driven into a descent of madness and jealousy as your better sister is getting all the fame and attention, inevitably forcing you to give in to your dark temptations and be transformed into an all-powerful entity that will show your sister just that you are as worthwhile of the adoration, if not more so, but also not only being free-willed in doing so, meaning that you chose to become evil of your own volition. Nope. Gotta be brainwashing goggles. But here, nah, Callie, you're not brainwashed. You just got some Nightcore Raver glasses on, and the eyes just glow. You just look like that twat from Watch Dogs 2 that had the same glasses that could make all the emoji eyes. So yeah, the new goggles look shit. These goggles, the actual goggles, had a sense of not only a more mysteriousness with their eerie purple glow emitting from the single small hole to make it that maybe their eyes are glowing, but the full-face metallic design had that more colder industrial look, more robotic and autonomous, as like a robot you have been programmed to obey, and robots or drones don't break their programming. Not, oh hey Octoling, nice Agent Smith glasses for your generic ass creepypasta red eyes that you're hiding behind them there. This is by far the best bit of the entire game. Played Junkenstein's Revenge or Uprising in Overwatch or Man vs Machine in Team Fortress 2 or that PvE mode in Paladins that I barely missed out on because it was the Christmas thing and I joined just after Christmas? Well, this is basically the same thing. Except this is the same thing but on fucking steroids. Splatoon's PvE mode is great. By God, it is so fun. Like, really fun. At certain points of the day, which we'll come back to at the end, the Salmon Hut will open up and will allow you to go online and become part of a 4-man team, in which you will fight waves of salmon in order to get as many golden eggs as possible. But where it really shines and makes it stand out far above Man vs Machine or Junkenstein's Revenge is the way the map is constructed and the slight randomness of certain elements. But first of all, our requisite... Oh my God, it looks fucking amazing! It's a beach of sunset and it looks fucking amazing! And it's just how I imagine the sunset at Hotel Delfino to look like. Please make Mario Sunshine HD, Nintendo! But yes, this is the best part of the game. You get to get thrown in a 4-man team and have to fight off waves of enemies till the boss appears, and then you fight that boss, which will relinquish its golden eggs. Also, as pointed out, a 4-man team which you can create via the room creation lobby and not the shit phone app. But what makes this far better than, say, Junkenstein's Revenge or Man vs Machine is the random elements. First off, rather than just a set wave so you know what's coming, waves are completely random. So anything can show up in any order. And again, unlike Junkenstein's Revenge, where it was a set order of Reaper, Roadhog, Junkenstein, and then all of them res by Mercy, the Salmon Run randomizer also randomizes what bosses show up to keep the gameplay fresh and encourage replayability, and a whole lot more like the different elements of high tide, nighttime, and descending mist. Because at nighttime the salmonoids get stronger and faster, so you've got to think a lot faster. High tide gives you less room. You get the idea. So all of this stuff, one after the other, all this randomization just means you want to keep playing, and it, rather than it becoming this predictable PvE thing like Overwatch, it was cool to see. And for the first few days, all me and my friend played was Salmon Run, constantly. Like, when it first came out on Friday, we just played Salmon Run all night, like 5 hours of Salmon Run, because it was that fun. It's a PvE mode done right. Unlike you, Overwatch, because it's just predictable. Just stick to Lucio Ball. Just bring Lucio Ball back. When's Lucio Ball coming back? I really want Lucio Ball. Just fuck all that. Just bring the summer games back. Bring Lucio Ball back, because Lucio Ball's fun. And I mean, I would say this, But once again, you need to be level fucking 4! Why? Once again, being a restrictive piece of shit, there is no need for this silly level restriction nonsense. I mean, I'm level 4 now to talk about it, but still there is no need whatsoever to once again restrict these modes. But even then, you can't always play, as half the time the stupid bastard is closed. Who came up with this? Ah, yes, the game mode that is really fun, and it's the best mode in the game, and it's the new one that everybody likes, and the one that everybody wants to play. Yeah, let's put that on a restricted timer. I mean...
Did you think? Did you think? Did you think? Did you have a fucking thought in your skull?
Yes, exactly, Jim. I don't know who's coming up with all these stupid decisions, but that man either needs to have his head unfucked or give his job to someone that knows what they're doing. Someone like that iconic purple dragon that always knows what's best for every AAA company and the game industry as a whole, because of all the Skylanders shit he has to put up with from Activision, and has to constantly keep Activision in check when they're doing stupid things. I mean, honestly, they might as well just sack the head of Activision and let me run Activision, because I would do a far better job than him, because I would outright cancel Call of Duty because it's a shit franchise, and make everything that everybody wants, like Ape Escape 4 and Glover 2, when I get the IP off Hasbro, because you're not doing anything with it, are you, you stupid greedy bastards? So when the test fire came out, especially in England, it was a complete shit show. And needless to say, if you watch my first impressions, the lag was completely out of control to the point where I ended up playing Mario Kart 8, as the Mario Kart servers were far more stable. I asked others, and as we can see with this comment, while the lag had calmed down by the time they got on, there was still so many disconnect issues to the point where they are now debating on whether it's even worth getting it, or if the Switch is even worth supporting, as the online is shit. Okay, sure. Sure, I guess we'll fight ourselves. Did one of ours just disconnect? One of ours just disconnected. With 3 people. You're not selling me on this online here, Nintendo. And even from the Mario Kart review, as we showed in that review, their servers are not the best. Update to the full version of the game. Yes, the servers are far better, and the lag is gone, but there are still pesky little disconnects running around, and even though it's clearly Nintendo's fault, if you are unlucky enough to hit too many communication errors have occurred in a row, you get this message. I'm sorry, what? Your servers are shit, and you're calling me suspicious? Sorry, scratch that. You're calling all 5 people I was playing with that night suspicious, even though most of us, like myself, are running powerful internet that can run Overwatch, Paladins, and other more intense online games for hours with no problem. Don't make me laugh, Nintendo. And Nintendo really needs to get their shit together for their paid-for model. As if this is the servers they're offering for money? Sure, I guess we'll fight ourselves. Did one of ours just disconnect? One of ours just disconnected. With 3 people. You're not selling me on this online here, Nintendo. Well, multiplayer on the Switch is going to drop very fast. But for now, the connectivity on Splatoon 2 is okay most of the time, and good at best. The controls are fucking dog shit if you use motion controls. Honestly, these are some of the worst motion controls I have ever seen, to the point where the camera at the slightest movement was swaying all over the place, as seen here with me making sick noises to basically over-exemplify just how bad they were. And because of this, no, I am not using tilt controls. Get that shit. No, I'm sorry. Aim at the balloon. How do I switch this off? I am not. Face forward, shoot with ZR. Okay, good. Just. No, I need out of this tutorial. I'm not using. I'm not pressing anything. Oh god, I fucking hate this. I'm not on channel 2. No, I'm definitely not on my recording device. Oh wait, I've got to move with the motion control. I've got to move with the motion controls. Oh my god. This is horrible. This is absolutely goddamn horrible. Let me out of this fucking tutorial. I'm not using this. I refuse to use these motion controls. Fuck your balloons. Right now, I am not doing this shit. No, be gone. Just let's just get out of this bloody tutorial. Reset the camera with Y. Yeah, it's a bit hard to do that when it's flailing around like a drunken person. Oh, this is. Yes, I'm squid. I am squid now. I am squid now. I am squid now. Please. And when I got to the plaza, yeah, don't worry. I'll explain how it all works. Just let me please change the settings. Oh god, that was. It's still motion control. No. Where's options? Options. Handheld mode. Motion control sensitivity. -5. How do I... Is that switched off? Motion controls off. That shit off right now. No fucking way. I am not doing... I am not... I refuse. Why is the camera... why is the camera still motion... I switched it off. No, I am not playing your motion control bullshit. We are not starting this Let's Look At until those bloody motion controls go off. TV tabletop mode, motion controls off. You stay off. Sensitivity, nothing. I don't want your motion controls. Handheld mode, motion controls off. Other, color lock, port display, player settings. Done. Oh, I can move around. I can move around, kids or squids. I can move around and it feels nice and fluent and not a fucking horrible nausea-inducing ride. Yeah, switch that shit off. Do not use them. They are garbage. Use normal, sensible controllers. Either plug the Joy-Cons into the iPad or use the controller frame or get a Pro controller. Never use the motion controls. But as for the controls themselves, they are fantastic and very responsive. Well, when the Joy-Cons don't desync every 2 minutes. Like, they are so cheap. And after the test fire that was the thing that broke the camel's back. See this? This is a Pro Controller, you greedy bastards, Nintendo. I got the Splatoon one, as they are both the same price. Speaking of, you see this price? You see it, Nintendo? You see it? 70 English pounds. Currency converter, 90 US dollars. 90. I'm not going to forget this. The others, not cheap brands, like cheap game specific brands, the official ones are £45 for the PlayStation 4 controller and £50 for the Xbox One. Both are £20 cheaper than yours, and it's the exact same as an Xbox One controller. There is no reason for this, and I'm not going to forget this. You see this box? I'm keeping it. And when this is me, yeah, when I'm sitting there in front of Reggie or Bill or Shiggy or whichever one of you it is that I'm seeing, I'm bringing this box. And I'm going to get you to reimburse me that $20. I don't care if it takes 5 years. Charging $90 for a decent controller just to fix your crappy cheap Joy-Cons is beyond ridiculous. And if you think I'm joking, oh, I'm being serious. I'm keeping this box and it's all tucked away now. But any chance I get, be it finding you at E3 or just being directly invited to the treehouse, I'm bringing this box. So you better have $30 in your wallet, Reggie or Bill, because I want the difference, because this shit is way overpriced, and I will. You watch me. If I'm sitting there, you all think I'm crazy. I mean, you all think I'm crazy. I'm not fucking crazy. You watch me. The first interview I get with any one of them, you will see this box. This is not the last time you see this box. Oh, no. I'm being serious! But regardless, the Pro Controller that I would highly recommend you to get if it did not cost that of a special edition controller are fantastic and highly responsive, and it's like I never left for the most part. There is just one big problem, that is the map, being that in Splatoon 1 it required both the TV and the gamepad for, like, you look at the TV to shoot and you look at the gamepad to tap your allies to jump to them and also see how much of the map is filled in from both your teams. But in this version, well, there is no touchpad, especially if you're using a Pro Controller, so you have to press X to bring up the map. And just look at this. I'm still gonna fight, and the game doesn't pause. Remember, it's an online game, so if you're here gawking at the map, someone can shoot you while you're gawking at the map. So it's a stupid idea, and it's so easily rectified. And Nintendo, again, another stupid decision by Nintendo. Why is there not just a semi-transparent minimap in the top left? That way I can focus on the battle and look what's going on, and then just glance up to the top left to see how much of the arena's been covered and where my teammates are should I need to jump to them with a push of the button. So with controls, when you're using a Pro Controller, it's great, it's fantastic, highly responsive, it's like I never left. But that mini-map, it just needs to be in the top left, because pressing X will just get you killed. So, my final verdict for Splatoon 2 is a very lacking 2 out of 5. Let's face it, it's a very lacking port. They had 2 years to address everyone's issues. Fix the map selection, fix the matchmaking with the friends, fix the clothes, fix this level to win shit, add Rainmaker and the other modes to casual and not just ranked, and all of the other stuff that we addressed. Add the Octolings as playable characters. And most importantly, the one that was modded into the game and got slammed with the DMCA, add the Octolings. Like, it would really not be that hard to add a new model, and considering one of the new Squid Sisters is a fucking Choctopus, you had no excuse. Even more so because you've updated the models, and they've even got in the single player campaign their own respawn point and their own little death animations and everything. It's like they're completely done. You had 2 years to fix everything, to improve everything, to address everyone's issues, and you did nothing. Absolutely jack shit in every sense of the term. It's a lazy failure, nothing more than a slightly updated port of Splatoon 1 at best. And even that's being nice because of Salmon Run, but if we were all being real, it's a port that feels like a product of its time. And some cases it's even worse. When I started this review, I was really ready to love it, truly. But over the past 2 days, my joy has turned to bitter vitriol as all of Nintendo's silly decisions slap me right across the face. The friend one especially. 3 friends I've had on separate occasions, be it Midnight, David Fire or Photon, and 3 fucking times I was against them. Last night was the worst experience I've ever had. In Splatoon, I had 10 games, and all 10 I wanted to play with Midnight. Nope, always got to be against them because you can only play with your friends if you use the shitty mobile app. All 10 of them games, Midnight was against me. And I had fucking shitheads that were fucking around, doing nothing, either AFK, or not shooting, or trying to do one of them squid parties. So I was losing over, and over, and over, and over. And you might say, it's not about winning, it's about having fun. Well, guess what? It's not fun to lose, especially when that fucking shit level to win thing comes into play, because if you lose you get fuck all experience. So if you're paired with literal babies rather than the friend that wants to play with you, you will lose over and over, meaning you get 1 experience, if that, and you won't level up. Oh, but your friend, well, they're winning over and over, which means they're getting a ton of experience and leveling up faster, allowing them to get far better weapons and armor that will in turn make them stronger and make it easier to kill me even more, perpetuating this downward spiral of destruction. And after 10 games, I was just like, can't be asked to play anymore. It's just demoralizing. And none of these issues were fixed from the first one. Nothing is any better. Some stuff has been made even worse from the shitty phone app. I mean, there is some great points. There's some fantastic things in there. The single player, Salmon Run, some of the added content, it's all good, but like with Salmon Run, you need to be level 4. It only opens up at certain times of the day. There's so much good stuff in here, and I really want to like it, but Nintendo just keeps making all these stupid decisions. And this is what the worst part about all of it is. I really fucking love this game. The world and the concept is really original and unique, and it has so much potential and so much going on for it. If Nintendo would just stop being so far up their own arse and just listen to people. Here's an idea: rather than DMCAing Nikki over the Octoling mod, add them into the fucking game like everybody wants them, and rather than trying to force the phone app on everyone that has no reason to exist, nor does anyone want it, why don't you fix all of the problems rather than just throwing it up with a new mode? Because, oh, it's alright, it's just a port of Splatoon with a bit of extra shit. It's Splatoon Deluxe, and it's not Splatoon 2. And I desperately want it to be Splatoon 2. So, do I hate the game? No. I love the game. It's fun. It is really fun, but I can't score it any higher because Nintendo keeps constantly making all these stupid decisions. I want to put it higher. I want to. And like when I do the good and bad games at the end of the year, it's probably not going to make it onto the top 5, but it's still going to be in the good games category because it's not a bad game, but it just can't get any higher because Nintendo's being a dick about things. However, that's the end, so thank you all for watching this review. Let me know what your thoughts are of Splatoon 2. If you liked the video, then do please feel free to leave a like, helps out the channel. If you can't wait for any other reviews, we've got Bomberman R and other things coming up. If you can't wait for any other reviews or content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. 910 subscribers, so close to the first milestone. I really do appreciate it. I love you all. And I'll leave a annotation on the screen. It'll be in the last 20 seconds of the video because of the end card thing. I'll also leave a link down below to Photon's channel so that you can go check him out. He is uploading all of the Splatoon content that we did over that night. So right now he's got the phone app thing up. He's got us playing the turf war. And later on tonight, he will have up us doing Salmon Run and all getting really excited about Salmon Run. So there'll be a link to him at the end of the video and a link down below, so do check him out as well. But yeah, that's it. So thank you all for watching. And again, I'll subscribe if you want to see more, like the video. And there are also links to the public Discord if you just want to come in and chat with everybody, as well as links to my Twitter if you want to see what I'm tweeting, and my Patreon if you'd like to support me further. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Oh, and I almost forgot. Of course, from the beginning of the video, you know, 5. You're probably going to do the same to this because I've used Splatoon footage. Well, I'm sorry to break the party. First of all, here is an amazing picture that my friend AZ the Derpy Unicorn did for me of me dressed as Willow from Paladins. It's amazing and I love it, and you should check him out in the link down below because he's a fantastic artist. Go get yourself some stuff from him. But of course, Nintendo, you want to do 5 though? Well, you're more than welcome to do 5. But there's always going to be a 6th that's going to stop you from monetizing this video. Because you can't try and monetize a video if other people have claim to it. And those people have chains that need to be broken.